Right, everybody, welcome back to the Behind the Brand podcast. I'm your host, Curtis, and we have a brand new guest with us today. None of this serious business talk today. I've already been pretty much warned. She's no stranger to the studio. She's been at multiple times.
Can't get rid of it.
I don't, you can't. You literally can't. Everywhere I go on socials now, you just follow me everywhere. But it's not a bad thing, to be fair. It's because she's absolutely lovely, and you're like, your whole personality is just so infectious. Even your laugh. You've told me.
That's coming away from the laugh.
If you wonder why it was like this the whole time, it's because she's saying she's got to hide a double chin. I don't even know what double chin she's talking about, but she's got to hide it anyway. Yes, but this is Emma, folks, the proud owner of Face UK.
That's
How
hilarious.
You doing?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for coming and
Not
getting
a
up your
problem.
busy time as well.
Busy time. I'm all life.
What we need to do is we need to be a wee bit serious just for the starting bit, right? Because the people here will know exactly who Face UK is, all right? Or they know what the brand is.
They only know me as Face.
They only know you as
like,
Face.
some clients come in and they're like, "What is your actual name?" How funny.
Are you Face UK?
And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, call me Emma, call me Face, whatever.
Just don't call me
Do you
bad
know,
names.
my podcast, not my podcast. My Instagram used to be Face Paisley.
Face Paisley?
Face Paisley. That's when. And then obviously I went worldwide and changed it to UK. Mrs. Worldwide.
Mrs. Worldwide.
No, I'm joking. But my Instagram used to be Face Paisley and people used to call me that. People used to call me Face Paisley.
People really are so daft sometimes, aren't they? Because even Rebecca, she's her name on Facebook is like an artist, whatever. Like it's Rebecca something, right?
Aye.
Rebecca something Gaga or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody calls her Gaga. Thinks her name's Gaga. Or calls her, not even her middle name or anything like that, calls her the middle name of the thing.
That's mad.
I'm like, her name's Rebecca. And literally say, how hard is it to take the first name out and go, hi Rebecca? They go, hi Gaga.
Aye, that's mad, isn't it?
We Radio Gaga.
So sometimes clients come in and they're like, sorry, I don't actually know your name, it's just Face. Because obviously I actually don't have my name anyway.
I have to say you don't have your name anywhere. No.
And I've got a personal Instagram, but I just don't accept.
I've never.
About 6 followers on my
I
personal
don't think
Instagram.
I don't think I've ever seen you use a personal.
Aye,
everything you do is through Face.
Aye. No, it is. Apart from like my family life and stuff, I just keep that private. And
you want to keep some
personal. I don't share any of that on my business. I keep saying podcast. Why am I saying podcast?
Because you do have a podcast.
Oh, we've got the podcast as well.
Yeah, I mean, we'll discuss that in a wee bit. Obviously, we can dig into that because Emma's one of our very loyal clients here at Studio 23. One of the good ones. But how did Face come about? Like, how did you get in it?
So I went to college. What age am I? 33. So about my word, 2 years ago. No, about 15 years ago or something. So I went to college for 4 years, done beauty. Then I got a full-time job. I was an account manager for a cosmetics company. So I kind of fell away from like the beauty side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, see, when you get like a salary and then you just kind of get stuck.
You're so used to it,
you just get stuck to it, don't you? So I had done that for 10 years. I worked for a company called Procter & Gamble.
Called what?
Procter & Gamble, P&G. You'll see it like
P&G. I've heard P&G, but I've never.
That's the same.
Right, so that's what
P&G
okay.
is. So I worked with them for 6 years, and then I worked for L'Oreal for 4 years. And then while I was working, I done like a wee day here and there, like going back into it. I actually met one of like my best friends now, Jerry. Oh, you know Jerry?
I know Jerry.
She's got a podcast as well.
Jerry also does a podcast here.
God, how.
So that's how you met.
So
you have known each other that long?
Aye, she worked in cosmetics, so Jerry worked for Lauder. And she started doing blow dries and stuff like that on the side as well. And she was like, why don't we just get like a studio and we'll just do it together? And I'm like, what? Like, I would never like done really anything on the side or anything like that. And I'm like, I think she's just one of the people. It was like,
she's jumped now.
Do you ever meet somebody at that like one time in your life and you're like, you were meant to meet that? And like, you know, I'm no pure into like all that chat and all that, like, but honestly, like, I was meant to meet her at the time I met her, like, it was mad. Like, do you ever meet that kind of pair? My stars aligned. I mean, she'll say that and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
The crystals
her crystals tell me, I'm like, right,
God love it, honestly, she's so good at it all as well.
That's the thing, like, she's like, the 2 years I couldn't be any different, but we just got on so well. And she's just such a positive person, and she was like, she taught me into it. no talked me into it, but like I think she gave me the confidence to go and do it, because before I would have been like, no way, like I'm not doing that. And then I went and started building up a clientele like on the side, still working obviously full time. Then I fell pregnant with Arlie. And then while I was pregnant, I was genuinely like, I'll be back working full time. I'll be back working full time straight away.
Like back into the kind of corporate world.
Genuinely, I was just like, no, I'll be back. And then it was time to basically go back to work, and I'm like, what? Like, I never actually realised how mental I was going to be about my wedding. And I was like,
people probably don't realise how much wins take out of your life.
No, 100%. I genuinely was like,
it's like Claire saying that she'll be back in 6 weeks.
Oh, 100%.
I'm like, that's crazy.
I like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a pure kid person, like my worst nightmare, but like my wee girl is my world, and the thought of actually going back full time, I was like, I can't, like I just couldn't do it. So I handed my notice into L'Oreal in the January, went self-employed in the February, and we went into lockdown in the March.
I feel like that's like a recurring theme with everybody's stories about how they get into their business now.
So at this point, I like in the February I started in Jerry's salon. So Jerry owned a salon in Barhead, J-Lux. It's I think it's Studio 18 or something just now. But it was J-Lux at the time. She done hair. She was like the pure positive person that met everybody at the start as they walked in. And I done all the facial treatments. I started doing it, started building up my clientele. Then obviously went into lockdown, and I was like, my God, like what have I done? Because
the security's totally gone on.
Since I left school, like I've worked full time since I left school, and I wasn't getting an income. Like that was me. I was like zero income. Don't get me wrong. I knew I was going to be okay because obviously I had like my husband now, whatever. But I personally,
I like you just brushed over that. I know. Emma literally just get married. Like I'm not joking. Like probably by the time this goes out, a couple of weeks ago.
About 10 minutes ago, and I'm starting going to
it literally feels about 10 minutes. I feel like I was there on their honeymoon and all that. Just the amount of stuff I seen on socials. That was so good. I felt like I was there, honestly.
Funny. So I knew like security wise I was going to be fine, but me personally, like never in my life had never earned.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God. So I started. I was just like, right, I'm going to just go back. I'm going to train like so much more. I'm going to do so many courses, and I just focused right in skin. Like, I done so many skin courses with different brands, and then I started offering like skin plans online. So basically, I would like have Arlie all day, and then I would sit all night on my laptop and send out skin plans to people constant until I was like.
You're like a PT for the skins?
It was like an online PT for people's faces.
Wow.
It was actually mad. And then I was telling, like, see when I think, so now, like, that I'm affiliated with brands, see if I was affiliated back then, oh my God, like, obviously, but back then I had, like, 1,000 followers, and I would never have known, like, any of that, do you know what I mean?
100%.
Or how to do any of that.
Social media's changed over those years as well, like how you do things and how things are done.
And then obviously Ross, my brother-in-law, he was like, sorry, I'm pure skipping ahead. When I was doing it, I was telling people to go and get microfiber cloths, stuff like that, right? But because all the shops were shut, and like things like that were so hard to get in lockdown, and then I realised that actually the microfiber that people were buying was like short hair, and it was like almost looks like that, Mike.
Like a pure bald kind of thing.
Like pure flat. Do you get me? So, and I was
like, dead rough in the skin.
Like it honestly was like flat microfiber is like so much rougher. So I was speaking to Ross, and I was like, I feel as if I want to launch something like that, and he was like, just do it. And I'm like, oh my
you seem to have a lot of positive people in your life that just tell you do it.
And I'm like, I'm that pure person anyway that like I don't even need the encouragement because I dive 2 feet in and then I think about it afterwards. But Ross is like, I'll help you, because he was musical theatre. He was he was in Mamma Mia in Miami, and then got sent home for lockdown, and then he was home basically. So
that's mental.
I was with him all the time, and he was like, right, I'll help you. So we started looking into getting suppliers, started getting like samples sent, and I was like, no, like see the amount of samples.
They're horrendous.
Oh my God, like the shapes, the material, like colours, like I've actually still got like a full bag of all these different samples, but they were taking ages to come, and it just took ages. So we eventually got the one, and I launched that first batch with no logo written on it. So we launched that in the September, and I never got my website until like I had to get it probably October, November, but before that I was selling it through DM. I remember being in Tenerife and actually selling them through DM. That's See, mental. Now when I think about that, like, how did I find the time to do that? That's mental. Madness.
I think you've created something pure, like, is that the word? Revolutionary?
Do you know what I think it is as well? I think it's quick and it's easy and it's affordable for people.
Massively affordable.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what I wanted as well, because at the time, like, where we were all at, like, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be, like, affordable, and, like, people were buying it for like their teenage daughters and stuff like that. They weren't wanting to buy.
I bought it for Rebecca.
100%.
Rebecca showed me, and she was like, "I really want that," and I was like, "Okay."
Like,
no problem. Like nothing.
So and now we're in 55 stockists in the UK.
Wow.
Which is mad, isn't it? It's mad.
And yet people probably don't know. Well, I would imagine if they follow your socials, they'll know who you are as such. But most of them who maybe have never dug into your stories or whatever, that sort of stuff, they just see it as the brand.
100%, yeah. That's where it all came from. And then once like that was all out, Claire, who's the owner of cosmetics, so I've actually known Claire for I'd known her for years before. She actually went to school with my husband. That's how I know her. My husband. I've said that again. My husband. So did I tell you I get married?
I heard a full podcast about
it. So she was like, right, this is so funny. So she was actually the very first stockist to the face sponge. So I had put out a thing saying like, I want people to have it in the clinic, whatever. I was looking for stockists, and Claire was the first person to message, and she was like, I want your sponges, but I also want you. And I was like, aye, right, like laughing, because like cosmetics is like a big name, like in Paisley, it's like
massive.
It's the clinic, 100%. It's the clinic. Like always, like even before, like I even worked there, I went to Claire, like, and most people I worked with, like in
she
cosmetics.
Always been there in that place, or did she move?
Was further down, see where Boots is in Nielsen Road. There was like the old orthodontist and stuff like that.
Right,
the old cosmetics was in there.
Right, alright, okay.
Claire was in there.
See her going through there to there.
10,
that's amazing.
Oh, it's wow. That was only there was only 4 rooms in there. And Claire obviously had bought where we are now before lockdown, and then all the work stopped. But see if you've seen what was in that building before, that was just 2 rooms. It was 1 room downstairs, 1 room upstairs, and there's now 7 clinical rooms upstairs. There's
so it's like
3 clinical rooms downstairs. Yeah. It's all purposely, but it was Claire done, like, got everything to do everything.
She's so good, Claire.
Like, it's madness. She's done so well. Like,
do you think she's been a wee bit of a, I know it's a bit cheesy, but do you think she's been a wee bit of a kind of inspiration for all the stuff that you now do?
100%. 100%. Like, I always looked up to Claire. And now, so she came to me, she was like, I want to, and I was like, oh God. So basically, they had done all aesthetic side, and they had like skincare and stuff like that, but she was like, we've not got somebody that just specialises in skin. And I think people thought at the time aesthetics and skin just went, it was the same thing. I think that's basically but now me and Claire work so closely together on stuff to like build plans and things like that for clients, and that's me actually next week. I've been in there 3 years.
That's mental, isn't it?
Aye, that's
time flies when you're having fun.
So basically, during lockdown, she asked me to go, and so when we went into lockdown, I was still in jail. That's when we opened back up for lockdown. I was in cosmetics. Mad. So I had and I went back with a full diary to cosmetics. I'd built up this clientele in lockdown through all the skin plans, through it all online, and like my diary was jam packed.
There's just so much more to you than just sponges.
Oh, 100%.
I think people need to realise that there's just
people.
Listen, a typical guy, I don't really think with skincare and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure there's guys out there that they'll be the exact same. Even ones that listen to this.
Definitely.
But I'm like, even I was aware of your brand and stuff like that, because I was obviously showing it and stuff like that. And the amount of people, that's what I'm saying, you've created something it's so big. And as you say, it's a credit to you because it's not just Paisley now. Like, you are literally shitting international.
No, I know.
Like, I know we have a laugh, but you are.
No,
like, that's amazing.
So we've got like stockists in Manchester, Liverpool. We've got 4 in Liverpool. In London and stuff like that now. So it's Northern Ireland.
Wow.
With actual It's
Where's
not
next?
Good. Tenerife. I'll go with them.
You know what, I ship out to Dubai and stuff like that.
I know.
America.
I know.
What is the benefit of this sponge though?
So
what do you call it? What do you call
sponge.
it? Face sponge. Face sponge.
Face sponge. So it's a microfiber sponge. So this one is long hair. So what happens is I always go in with one side. It removes the makeup. It's long-haired microfiber, so it reaches deep into the pores to clean the face. Then I always encourage a second cleanse, like a double cleanse.
Right.
So you would put your cleanser on your face, turn the sponge around and remove it with the other side. And genuinely, that's your second cleanse done. It's so quick and so easy. And I think people overcomplicate a skincare routine. Like, I hear of people saying, oh no, this person's told me to do 6 steps. And I'm like, where are you getting the time? Where? Like, I'm sorry, but
2 hour skincare
my
routine.
Wayne's in the bath and I'm cleansing my face. Do you know what I mean? Like, and like a lot of my clients are mums to like young kids and stuff like that. And like, I just wanted to make it quick and easy.
Yep.
And affordable.
No, and it so was. I was actually shocked when I seen your sponges as well, because you obviously do like the packs as well, but it's just like you just get one sponge, whatever.
Aye, and they're a decent size as well, aren't they? Like,
I mean, we've actually got, you've brought ones in. I don't know if Rebecca can throw it at me. Just throw it, I'll catch it.
Throw 'em.
Oh my word. You can at least throw it like better. I mean, like, you show the people like exactly. No, you go for it. No, you go for it. Your sponge. No, it's fine.
Start to think we've tuned into QVC.
There you go. You can use it as a frisbee as well.
No, so, I mean, do you want me to put it in front of my face?
I will. The camera will put you up.
How big it is, but genuinely are like, I think when people order them as well, that's the feedback I always get. Like, I can't believe the size of that. Like, they actually don't realise how big they are. And then once they've been used, they can just be chucked in the washing machine. So they last up to like between 150 and 200 washes.
Wow.
So
that is unreal.
No, they genuinely are. My favourite one's the kids one, which we're out of stock of just now, but that's like the one I'm most proud of.
You do kids one as well? Oh wow.
So it's like a wee star with like yellow piping around the edge. That was a hard one to create, right enough. I had to get like the mould and all that made so that it couldn't be copied and stuff, but that's the one I'm most proud of, because I made it for like, it was like for my wee girl, that one, and then we launched it, and that one does. That's your best. It does like just as well as the original one.
It's amazing that, because you're teaching kids though from an early age.
It's just amazing in the bath. Like, the thing is, like, with kids, like, so many allergies, like with the chemicals and stuff like that as well, whereas you don't need it with the face sponge. Like, a lot of people use it instead of wipes. So it's
it's just like pure. It's like Steve Jobs, man. Like Apple.
Steve Jobs,
like,
imagine.
Like, it's like all that sort of stuff, but it is, because I don't think I've never seen anything else like this.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there is brands like out there and stuff like that, but it's most of the time it's short hair, whereas ours is long hair. You've changed it. You've changed the game or whatever. Yeah, long hair is definitely the best.
And were they around at the same time as you, or were they kind of before you?
Probably before, some after. Like, obviously, some people have used my birthday and stuff like that. I'm not even going there.
That's the thing. Well, that's what I was going to say. How do you deal with competition with that sort of stuff? Do you just got to let it?
I don't even bother.
Entertain it.
I don't even. The thing is, as well, like, I do genuinely think like there's enough room for us all. Like,
100%.
See, well, like you see people popping up now, like doing the same stuff and all that, but I genuinely just think there is enough room for us all. And, like, I'm very open. Like, a lot of like girls will come to me and they'll be like, I want to do this, and I will help. Like, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. Like, I'm such an open book, as you know. And I, like, if people wanted to do what I do, like, I'm open to helping people. Like, genuinely, obviously, I've went down the route now of training as well.
Well, I was just literally just about to say you could roll into that, because you do the whole. You can even explain it to me, because I don't really understand it, the whole SQT thing. But you can.
SQT, so it's basically going to replace traditional microneedling in the next 5 years.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if you'll understand this, but we massage.
Hey, listen, I'm pretty sure there will be loads of people here that understand it, and if you want to explain it to them, go for it.
So we basically massage like 3 million to 5 million spicules into the skin, and that is your machine rather than using like a traditional microneedling machine.
Right.
So loads of benefits. We can treat pigmentation, acne. So traditional microneedling, you can't actually treat acne clients. This one, we can go in and like treat acne. You can treat the bacteria underneath the skin, but the scarring at the exact same time.
Right.
SQT is actually the equivalent of 3 microneedling sessions and 4 chemical peels in the one treatment. It's like I honestly can't explain to you how amazing like it is. See some of the transformations.
I was going to say, that changed the game, do you think?
100%.
And what about your training then? Do you train people this sort of stuff?
Yeah. So I basically work for the brand. So I work for SQT as a brand.
Oh, so SQT is a brand?
Yeah.
Right,
So
okay, sorry.
I'm the manager for Scotland for that.
Well done you.
Just slid that in.
God's sake, man. I would love to look at your CV.
Same.
Honestly. Still get time to write one.
Aye. No, I don't need another job. Jesus Christ. Claire's top minute this podcast as it is. No, I'm joking. So I'm the general manager for Scotland for SQT training.
It's class, man. And how does it? How do people sign up to do the kind of training? Like, what actually happens at a training course for you?
So basically, they sign up through SQT, and then if they are obviously Scotland, whatever nearest me, the SQT will put them on the course, and then it's a full day's course, but they have to obviously have like a previous experience qualification.
So nobody can just rock up like
no.
Right.
No. We'll only train people with like
experience
background as well.
Yeah.
We get an exam, like SQT send you an exam every 6 months to a year.
You an exam?
I still do it. I mean, imagine I failed that.
It's so close to SQA. Never hear that. I get the fear.
I definitely failed that.
I get the fear. I'm like, oh.
I don't know. Definitely failed that. No. So we still get an exam. So it's basically like if you fail it, like your account would get put on hold before you could then buy more stock, which is amazing. I think that's honestly amazing. It just regulates the industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's so like it's really, really good. It's an amazing brand to work for as well.
At least you know that when you're getting that procedure done or whatever, I don't know what you call it as such, but when you're getting it done, you know you're getting it done properly by somebody that's approved to do it rather than somebody that's just you know, I mean, I've seen a lot of it now, people doing like tattooing and things like that and other stuff, and I know they'll be trained and all that sort of stuff, I know that, but there's a lot of people popping up now doing it and like laser removal and stuff like that, and I'm just like, there's quite a lot of people now doing that sort of stuff, and you just wonder if it's regulated or not, but it's nice to see that they've obviously put their foot down.
I know it is a like I know the girl personally that's a director as well for SQT, and I know like her kind of values and stuff like that as well.
And did she kind of really grow that from like Scotland, or was that an out with?
She's
like,
actual Liverpool.
Oh, is she? Right, okay.
She's director for the UK. She brought it to the UK. Wow. She's director for it. She's very, very good. She's got 2 other brands as well. She owns 2 other brands too.
Right, okay.
That be out of stock as well.
Do you go by a different name when you do all your sort of skincare sort of stuff?
No. Still just
face.
Just face.
I like that. I like the fact you've not tried to change it up though and created so many different like legs and stuff like that.
Imagine the amount of jobs I've got, I wouldn't be able to keep up with myself.
That is true. That is very, very true. That's amazing. Just what's the kind of favourite part of the job, do you think, for you?
I know I was actually thinking about this earlier, but I think it's more, see when I see like an amazing result and I know it's actual changed like somebody's life. Like I actually have a client just now, and she'll not mind me saying, but she was like, she came in and she actually cried. Like she cried to me. She had like really bad rosacea, and we've like had her in every single month, and we've actually got her at a point like she doesn't even go out with it. She can go out without makeup on now. And like she generally is like giving me daily updates. Like she's like, Emma, this is without a filter. And I'm like, oh my god. And there's like a couple of times I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I don't cry that much, but Jesus Christ, I'm really great at that. But I probably think that's probably the best part. Like
the difference that it's making.
Aye, definitely. Aye, definitely. And working in the clinic, I love working. See my clinic days. I love my clinic days. Just such a laugh. I love it.
So do you not work from the clinic every day then? No, have you got certain days that you go
I
in?
just do 2 days a week.
Oh, that's class.
I know.
You're actually living the life, man, honestly.
People say to me like, so like you in the clinic all the time? No, I just work a Tuesday, Thursday. Every second Saturday. sometimes.
Just whenever you feel like it.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm like jam packed the rest of the week. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, it's me that, like, today I got like a delivery of 700 sponges. I now need to package all of them as well.
So do you do that yourself then? You
do
just,
that myself. Put out every order myself.
The mail people must love you, the couriers and that.
No, so I stopped going to the post office because they started tutting at me and all that, and then I've started getting arguments with people in the post office, and I thought, I'm going to need to chuck
This is what
in
the service
here.
is.
Oh, I know.
I've had that before. I remember we were selling stuff, and it was like, I took like 4 or 5 parcels, and the woman looked at me as if I'd literally like shat in her cereal.
I swear to God.
And I was like, this is your job?
Do you not think people in the post office are like the woman in the reception of the doctors?
Yes, like pure gatekeepers.
I swear, I would walk in and like, and to the point that me and Ross were actually driving about Paisley, so we were going to different post offices because we were like, I was like, I can't get back in and face that guy again, because I was actually fighting with them like, no,
I can only take 4
that is a large
parcels
letter. That is a large letter. No, it's a small parcel. No, it's a large letter. We were actually fighting the size of parcels. So now I do that as well. I do all my own on the Royal Mail app. I just sit and
just get somebody to pick it up and stuff like that.
No, I just take it. I take it just down to the post office and do the wee click and drop.
Oh, that's good.
So I can be back and forth to my car a few times.
So you're really cutting out the gatekeeper as such.
I'm like 10 o'clock at night, I'm just jumping to the post office. Honestly.
And you know what, there's 700 orders though. Oof. It must be amazing though, like that you've had this vision and it's came to life. Did you think at the start when you were doing it it was going to be like this?
Not at all. Because see, when people say to me all the time, like, you're doing so well, and I laugh at it because and genuinely my reaction's always like, it's mad, isn't it? Like, like it's mad because it is. Like, I genuinely like. It's mad to think that I never had to, after lockdown or having my wee girl on, never had to go back and work full time. Like, it just went mad from like. I can't even explain it. Like, I genuinely do think it's mad.
It's funny, like, as I say, I know I keep referring back to it, but I remember the very first time Rebecca had said to me about your sponges or whatever, and I think she'd bought her first ones, whatever. Then after that, I was always buying them as like, oh my God, Christmas.
I bet she had the Christmas old packaging. Stuff.
You probably did.
This is hilarious.
I remember you changing something of your business.
The packaging. So we used to buy the packs, right? It was like, and it had like a clear front. Then Ross used to sit with a cricket and sit and pick my logo. And I'm no joking, right? And I remember this Christmas saying to Ross, like, so we've got all these
orders.
Like, he's like, oh Jesus Christ. So Ross had to sit. Honestly, he was sitting
did that cricket
hundreds. Just printing.
Rebecca's
printing
used one before. I know how annoying that can be.
Oh my God. We use it to personalise as well. It's very annoying. And then he was like, you are joking me. And then I started pulling out, Ross, do you think we could just personalise that packaging and all? He's like, Emma. So then I launched Personalised, and so Ross was doing that, was putting my logo, plus he was personalising it. And
what do you mean by personalised? Like,
so like people were buying it like at Christmas time with the like girlfriends' names or like their friends' names
on the sponge?
On the packaging.
On the packaging, right, okay.
So I was getting Ross to do that as well. Oh my God, honestly.
He's like Mr. Face, isn't he? Like,
he's amazing. Honestly, would never have got to like where I am without Ross. 100%. He's like amazing. So good. He's
quite a big advocate for what you do and everything you do.
He's
like,
brilliant, honestly.
And Ross, for those that don't know, is
my brother-in-law.
Yeah. So.
He's in the industry now as well. I mean,
he's smashing what he's doing.
His room is like right across from mine, so
it must be carnage.
It's hilarious. That is funny. I don't know how Claire never separated us. No idea.
She probably liked it. Probably liked the laugh that was going on, to be fair. She needs a distraction anyway. She's only got a couple of more days or whatever.
I'll give you a funny story. So we were waiting for this big delivery to come, right? It was taking ages, and I was actually getting anxiety. And for people that don't know me, I don't stress about nothing. Like, I'm not. I
would say you're super chill.
Nothing like stresses me out at all. Like, I mean, I will get. I was going to say I do get stressed. I actually don't. I'm just not a worrier. Like, I just don't worry really about a lot. And Ross was like, that's when I knew it was bad, because I phoned Ross crying. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to need to refund, because I'd put it on pre-order. So I was like to Ross, I'm going to need to just refund everybody, because I was getting myself so stressed about it. He's like, don't do that. It'll come. Don't worry. And then this woman messaged me, and she was like, I'm just wondering when this is coming, because it needs to go to Wales for Christmas presents, right? So I was like, don't worry about it. Like, as soon as it comes, give me the address in Wales, and I'll pay for the postage, and I'll pay for the extra postage. And Ross was like, what are you talking about, the extra postage? I was like, what's it going to be to send to Wales? And he went, you do realise Wales is in the UK?
Did you think you're paying import now?
Swear to God, I was like, I thought Wales was across water. I mean, how?
Well, I mean, technically it is across water, but...
Swear to God, Ross actually looked at me and
no,
went...
it's not across water. What am I talking about? You've just... What have you done to me? You've just...
And I was like...
Ireland's across water.
How funny. He was like... He went, no, you're not being serious. And I was mortified, because I'd said to so the client must have been like that, looking at the message like,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about, the extra postage?
But like, I just meant the first class.
I meant sign for.
Sign for first
I
class.
was mortified. I was like, oh my God, Ross, I'm so embarrassed. So then after that, he was like, I've had enough. I'm no cricking anymore. So he was like, we need to design packaging. So this was Christmas Day. He was telling me this. This was Christmas Day.
He's obviously enough.
He was still doing it on Christmas Eve.
Was he?
Ready to stab me.
God.
And then I started launching a Boxing Day sale, obviously. He's like, no. Hold on a minute. Who's cricketing on it?
Good try.
So that's when we started, he designed all the new packaging and stuff like that. Then we had to find a supplier for that. So we've got different suppliers for face sponge, and obviously a different supplier for packaging.
Right, okay.
We've got a different supplier for the junior one, because we had to get a different mould made as well. It's
that's unreal, man.
I know, it's funny, but
and people think it's just a sponge.
I know. I mean, that is some people said that to me before I launched it.
It's just a sponge.
Do you think people just a sponge? What do you think? And then,
and do you think this has made I mean, I know for Rebecca's it's made a massive difference, but do you think
100, and I'm not just saying it because it's mine,
yours, yeah.
but I genuinely couldn't cleanse without it. Like, I know that sounds like, well, she's just saying that because it's genuinely, like, I've got about 20 in my bathroom, like, and I genuinely would not.
You believe in your own product?
I genuinely, I would not cleanse without it. Like, it's
not just there just to sell and make money. Like,
no, like, I genuinely,
really
honestly, like, do use it myself. Like, I do, like, I couldn't be without it. Even my wee girl as well. She's the same. Like, she's like, where's my sponge? Where's
That's
my
so
sponge?
good.
Like, we went swimming the night. She's like, where's my sponge? In the
In
shower.
the pool, not.
Oh my God.
But I think it's a pure credit to you, because I've seen like loads of your testimonials and stuff like that, and people like constantly tagging your socials and things like that, because you're so good at your socials. Because you've done really well for your following and stuff like that as well. Like,
somebody actually messaged me the day and she was like, Emma, I need your motivation. How do you stay so consistent?
I know.
I messaged her like, listen, doll, don't believe everything you read on Instagram. Because my life is chaos.
You hide it so well. You hide it so well. It's honestly, because like I see people like, and they're constantly tagging like the sponge and stuff like that, new delivery of the sponge, just using the sponge. I mean, I even seen somebody using the sponge, the reel and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's class. That's just what you need.
It's so good.
Word of mouth and stuff like
that. On that TikTok.
It's the way to be, man.
I know. I need to get myself.
You'd be so good at it as well.
I'm terrified of TikTok.
I don't know why.
Because people see
what you do in your stories and stuff like that.
Oh, I know.
Emma does this thing, and this is how I've kind of got to know Emma a bit more and her personality and stuff like that. Emma does loads of stories where you're just being in your car talking to people.
Aye.
And I'm like, that is so personal.
And I go, morning, just dropped Arlie at nursery, I'm just going to go get my coffee.
You know what I mean? But that's so personal. People are so afraid
but
to
I'll tell
put
you
their
why
face.
I do it. So, see if I go on and put my face on there in the morning and just tell people I'm going for my coffee, my insight's pure shoot up.
Really?
And then if I'm going to post anything else, I put it after it.
That's mental, man.
That's like a wee secret. But
I like that. That's a pure social. I'm going to try that tomorrow.
Go on there, right?
I won't say I'm putting up Arlie or anything like that, just in case.
Don't say, not me taking Arlie's name off
I'm honest, I'm putting up Arlie and I'm getting a coffee. My insights will be like,
I'll never do it in the nursery. Like, if a guy turns up with dark hair,
listen, he's a guy who does my podcast for me, just ignore him.
No, but genuinely, see if I don't go on my socials and put my face to my socials, I could go days without having any sales on my face store.
That's mental.
How
I've been
that?
trying so hard
and
to
I
tell
don't even
people
need
to
to
do
talk.
that.
I genuinely don't even need to talk about. I just go in there and talk shit, and
I know.
it's actually mad.
I loved it when you did with us the day and you mentioned us. We actually, it's so, this is the thing. See, with doing that as well, you do get engagement. But even 100%. I was getting engagement from other people. I was getting followers that have probably never heard of this, the studio, whatever it is. And I was just like, that was just due to you and tagging everything.
It's
and
just
like
collabing
so good.
with other businesses is so good, but isn't it? Like
100%.
But I could just go in there and talk rubbish. Know that I remember the very first time I started speaking on my Instagram, I was like, I need to do it, and I went on, done it, and then flung my phone. I was like, I can't look at that ever again. And now people must be like, oh, here she goes again.
I'm like, Emma's getting a coffee in the morning. But it becomes part of people's routines.
I know. So the girls in the clinic don't even mention it anymore. They're like, oh, she's fucking on that Instagram again. As long as they're not in it, they don't care.
Listen, you're doing well, so that's all that matters at the end of the day. But you could definitely do what you do there and take that and put it on TikTok. People would love TikTok that. The amount of stupid stuff Rebecca watches.
Oh, I could watch it all day long, but sometimes you look at the comments, you think, oh my God, why are people so savage on TikTok that they're not on Instagram? It's
just, you know, I mean, it's one of these things. But I think I think it's a different audience as well for Instagram. Like with yours, it's people that are actually interested in what you do. Whereas TikTok puts out to every single person, and that just feeds into the trolls and stuff like that. Because half of them aren't even real accounts.
Oh, I know.
I think they put that in there just to do that to you. To create, because then if you respond to it or do whatever, it actually then pushes your engagement further. Because it looks as if you're engaging with your audience, even though somebody's probably went, you look like ass. But
I mean, I've had it on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes I message back.
I can imagine you messaging back. No holds barred, Emma, man.
I'm like, why are you here? And then I get all brave and message back, and then I block them so they can't message me back.
They can't message blocked, and then they can't get you.
And then I don't think about it ever again. I'm like,
I had a nightmare with one, and it was some guy, and he turned it around, and to the point where he turned it around that much, I was like, if anybody was to see this, I would get in trouble for it. I would get in trouble for it. I was like, because the way he's worded it. And I thought, I'll not repeat it here, but I was like, I cannot believe he just did that. I'm mortified. I was like, I had to delete my full video and everything. Because I couldn't have just deleted the comment. I was like, I have to delete the video. Because it takes absolute balls, I think, to put yourself in front of the camera.
Oh, 100%.
Or behind the camera even, as such. But like, I think it takes absolute guts. And it's become such a staple now for what you do in your socials. When I see you every morning, I'm like, there's Emma in her car, whatever.
Chatting rubbish. And then I literally put the phone down, I'm like, foot down, right around at the clinic.
Do you just park up a wee bit and then just do it?
I just stop. I just sit outside the nursery, chat away, and then I need to fire around the clinic as quick as I can.
It's so good. And this is the insights you're getting to see folk behind the brand. See, this is why this podcast exists.
I know. How funny is it, but when you do that?
I know. But another big thing that you've just kind of launched, on episode 2 of your own podcast.
Yep, the Clinic
Do you want to tell
Diaries.
the people about that?
Yeah, so it's basically me and Claire, owner of Cosmetics, and basically just talking everything life. No,
literally everything life.
Everything life, isn't it? Like,
as Claire would say, just life.
Just life.
Just life.
Oh my God.
Some of the stories that the girls say and stuff like that, I'm absolutely buckled when I'm recording and that.
It's actually hilarious, because see, sometimes when I listen to it back, I'm like, how can I not hear Curtis in the background? And then I'm like, and I want to write, I was talking to Curtis there. I was telling you
I'm going to have to set up a
like,
mic so that it actually sounds as if you're speaking to me.
No, 100%. I think you should be the third person in the podcast.
Just that we stand it, because we were doing other stuff in it as well. I just think your podcast is phenomenal. It is, and it's phenomenal, and just it totally gives another insight to who you two are as well.
Then because we've obviously recorded episode 3, which is still to come out. But episode 4 will be like more focused on like business and stuff like that. So. We're going to give a wee insight like into mine and Claire's backgrounds, like how we launched the business and stuff like that as well. That'll be
class. That'll be so good, because I think people will be interested. People like to be nosy as well, but not for nasty ways. But people 100%. Like to know what yous have, how yous have came about, because I think yous will always just inspire other people to be like, I want to do that, especially the next generation of people that are getting into it. Like
100%, I know.
I'm like, if you can inspire one person, I'm like, you've done your job, 100%.
next generation's totally different for us, isn't it?
How do you? Well, that's actually probably a good question. Then, how do you think everything's changed for you, like you, with the beauty, the skincare, all that sort of stuff in the past, let's say 10 years?
Oh, major. Like, I was never into makeup anyway.
Right.
I mean, I'm terrible at makeup. I can't do eyeliner on one eye. Terrible at makeup. My sister actually gets mortified if I even recommend. She goes, "Why are you recommending makeup on your Instagram?" She gets mortified. She's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, she can't even do a contour." But I've always been into skincare. Always. But and not everybody really was. Like, when I was growing up, it was like people wore Vaseline and Astro. Like, genuinely, like, nobody, like, honestly, and now, like, younger girls are wearing, like, Drunk Elephant, and which gives me the fear. But in our industry, I'm seeing people that have done brows that are now skin specialists. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
okay.
like people that are, like, always just done lashes, brows, like, beauty. They're focusing right in skin now. Like, skin is
Kind of jumped on, like, a trend or something like that.
Skin is where it's at now. Everybody's just wanting to look after their skin now. I don't
think
know whether
that's it.
after, like, lockdown, people stopped wearing makeup as much and stuff like that, and everybody's now taking care of their skin, because it is so true. Like, if you've got good skin, you don't need to wear a lot of makeup.
Do you feel like we age as well, especially because I would say what you do is mainly dominant with women, stuff like that. No, listen, I'm just saying. I think all women are beautiful.
I'm joking.
I don't think you need what you do, but I totally understand that an aging person as such.
No, 100%.
Might be like, I really need to get some stuff done. I was speaking to a guy actually in my work about it. I was saying you were coming, and I was explaining what you kind of do and the places that you work and stuff like that. And he's like 60-year-old, and he's like, his wife's the same age as whatever, and his wife went and got her first a bit of Botox or whatever it was, and something to do with her lips, and he was like, "You didn't need to do that. I thought you were beautiful the way you are," and stuff like that. But I'm like, is that not like? He's like, that's the best compliment I think anybody could ever give you. But I'm like, but you have to think of how she was feeling at the time.
100%. Like, I mean, I'm Clara, that will say something to me. I'm like, fire in. Like, doesn't it?
You
things
love
like
a wee
that,
bit.
don't
I remember Emma came in for our first podcast and couldn't even move. Whatever you couldn't move, it literally was stuck. It was so funny.
I was like, watch the angles.
I actually was like, I don't know if it was Ross and Claire, and they were just making funnies. But I like the fact that you had that banter. You could laugh about it. You weren't so serious about everything. Like,
imagine, I'm just not that kind of person anyway.
Somebody's got to be the trier. Do you know what I mean? Make sure it works. So.
I know. I'm like, sign me up, fire it in me. Honestly, my dad goes mental.
Does he?
Oh, no mental, but he'll be like that. You don't need all that stuff in your lips and that. And I'm like, all right, George, like, calm yourself.
You don't need a haircut, George, but you do.
Do you know what I mean?
We've all got our things, I think, at the end of the day.
Okay, like, and it's so funny because my mum is not into it at all.
Is she not?
No, not at all. Like, she'll have, like, wee bits and bobs, but, like, everybody got that, it must be great for your mum coming and get her face done all the time. I've had my mum in my bed about once. Honestly, like, she's just my gran was like major into it, and I think that's where I've got it through. But my mum and she's no.
I think it's like skipped a generation.
That's what it's like. My gran was like the pure glam, pure big hair, pure into everything. She would have done it in like
different period of time that would have been as well. Because my mum's not. I wouldn't say my mum's into that sort of stuff, like with the skincare and stuff like that. But I would say that this now generation's back into it, like massive. I mean, even for somebody like me who has no clue in it, I'm like, I know about it now because I know so many people that do it and go and get it done.
And I think probably like smaller businesses and all that now as well is so much bigger than it ever was, wasn't it? Like, people are popping up everywhere.
I know.
Different businesses. It wasn't like that when we were young.
And it's nice to see that that's the thing as well, because I think COVID's kick-started that for everybody. I think everybody's realised that I don't want to go and work for somebody.
See, when somebody can come into me and they'll come out with a tiny wee idea before they've left my I've hit the mic. Before they've left my room, I've talked about it a full-scale business. I'm like, go and run with that. Honestly, I had a girl in yesterday and she was setting up a business. I'm like, keep me updated, and I was telling her where to go, like all the, and I love it. I love new businesses and stuff
that
like
could be something like same as you or different as you.
Nothing to do with me. I just love it. I do. I love it. It's so good.
Some people just need that wee push to do it.
100%. And I think that's what I had with Jerry. like that's what she done with me.
So
like,
give
just,
credit to Jerry for starting,
100%,
getting you started then.
100%. I've never have done what I done if it wasn't for her. I would have went back full time.
Well done, Jerry. Good on you.
No, 100%. She's just like one of the pure positive people trying to talk you.
She's a good egg. She's a good egg. I like 100%. Jerry.
She's just one of the people it's so good to be about.
Yeah.
If you get me, like positive. I'm going to say her chat here. Positive energy.
Positive energy. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that in Jerry's podcast as well.
Oh, definitely.
Which
I
was
listened
good.
to it the other day. How good?
I know. We were actually, Rebecca even actually went away from me and listened to it as well. And she listened to the full of it. And I'm like, it's so hard to get Rebecca to listen to that sort of stuff.
No, it was good, but
I loved it. I thought it was so good. She was so positive as well. And obviously Sarah,
and that
everything she's been through,
like,
and I was like, she was so good at turning it around.
She's a lovely person. Like even the way the two of them were talking, that is exactly how they are.
Aye.
Like Jerry,
there's no thing with her.
No, not at all. Like she's no changed how, and she doesn't. Like it's like the way a guy walked past. She's like, "Hi, doll, how are you?" Even a guy. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be anything. Like she's hysterical, and like you said, that she's always late. I remember when I worked in cosmetics, I'd be like, "Mate, I've got you a coffee." By the time she get in, the coffee was stone cold, and she's firing herself down an escalator. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Do you know what? There's people in Latin life, but do you know what? She always shows up for people.
100%.
And she always does what she's here to do. And I'm like, 100%. Do you know what? Good on you. Good on you.
Genuinely, like I would not have done what I've done without her. Definitely not.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this podcast. That was so good, man. It was so good. But we got a hiccup at the start, so if it jumps, then you know why. But we've hopefully fixed it. Is there anything you want to mention just before we?
No, I don't think so.
Nothing coming up or anything like that? You want to give away some like advice, guidance, people? No. No. I think you've kind of gave most people like if you want to start a business, go to see Emma. Don't bother with your local business.
Doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to talk you out.
You want to be a bricklayer? She'll sort you out, man.
I'll tell you to run, mate.
She'll show you how to take care of your skin and that.
Honestly.
Honestly, no, thank you so much for coming and actually giving up your time to be here. And I hope you all enjoyed this, wherever you're watching it and wherever you're listening. If it's Apple, Spotify, YouTube, please feel free to drop us a wee subscribe, follow, like all that jazz anyway. But make sure to leave a review on Spotify and Apple. 5 stars, please, because Emma deserves it. That's it, 5 stars, please. We're much appreciated. But again, thank you so much for watching. And a big shout out to producer Rebecca, because I always forget to give her a wee shout out for everything she does. So, Rebecca. Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you in the next one.